Oh, hey there. Hey there. Welcome. Welcome to the PigCake Bar, where the GHB is included in the drinks. I know what you're asking yourself right now, and the answer is 3 inches, but I try really hard. You're also asking yourself, hey, what are you doing in a bar? Why are we here? I don't like bars. I don't like the noise. I like being inside, practicing card tricks. Well, my friend, I know that there's no saving you, but today I'm going to show you guys an interesting little flourish that comes from the bar scene. I'm sure you've seen popular movies like Cocktail, where these guys are throwing things in the air, catching them. So today I thought I'd show you guys a very simple little flourish that I saw first done with a bar napkin. You catch it on the back of your hand and you throw it in front of your patron. And it makes it look like, I don't know, you're kind of a more dynamic bartender. And I don't know about you, but there's nothing that gets the old ladies more moist than seeing someone that has no idea what to do with them sexually. So as I've mentioned before, the flourish comes from the bartending scene, where a bartender grabs a napkin, throws it on the back of his hand, and places it in front of the patron. I don't know about you, but would you rather just turn over a card in front of a person like this? Or would you want to add a little bit more panache to it and show them something like that? And if you combine it with flourishes that you already know, what looks extra gnarly? So first things first is we're just practicing throwing a card. That's all we're doing here. We're just taking a card and tossing it. That's the first thing I want you guys to practice when doing this. Now you notice that the card rotates this way. So when we actually rotate our fingers and actually do one of these little actions right before we throw, the card happens to rotate, in this case in a clockwise fashion. Eventually you want to get to the point where you're tossing that card and catching it in the back of your hand. What this is going to allow you to do is have a nice little landing pad for that particular card. And this is just simply done by rotating your hand and catching it in the back of your hand. The friction is what's going to allow that card to actually stay and stop the rotation. Now here's the end portion of the actual flourish. It's just as simple as rotating your hand and depositing that card rambunctiously, aggressively on the surface of, in this case, old table. So when we combine those actions, look at what we have here. We have a nice flourishy way of depositing a card on the surface of the table. Now, of course, there are more flourishy ways of doing this. If you want to just rotate the card, right, what we're doing here is we're pushing up with our thumb and we're revolving that card by pivoting it around the deck using our forefinger and our thumb, just like that. So what this does is a nice flourishy way of apparently turning this card to a face-up position with the deck. Now here we're going to employ the use of a Dan and Dave move called flick. We're just going to take the card and pinch it between the forefinger and the thumb. We're then going to make an OK sign, right? So this would be an OK sign, or if you want a white power symbol. And here all we're going to do is we're just going to put the forefinger above the thumb. Then we're going to place the card there. So we're in this position. Now all that's going to happen here is you're just going to flick. You're just going to flick. Now when you do that with a card in this position, you're going to get a little bit of rotation, right? So that rotation looks very neat. You could play around with it, different angles to do it. This is a finger flicking fuckery move by Dan and Dave Buck. It's a great move to practice, and it's definitely a fun one to do. And when we combine that with this little flourish, look at what we get. We get the card in the position. So now when we do the flick, all we're going to do is catch the card behind the hand and then deposit it much the same as we discussed before. So if you want to slide your way into an AARP membership and go to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville and impress the old ladies, I can't think of a better way than with this little flourish. So that's the flourish, that's the move. It's simple, it's not difficult to do. You could do with anything that's rectangular. You could do with a coaster, a playing card, a napkin. They're all things you could do behind a bar to impress the ladies at Margaritaville. I can't think of an easier way to slide into that AARP membership than showing them this flourish and then kicking open the door to their nursing home and letting them know what the business is. And of course, by the business, I'm referring to your penis. Hopefully the footage looks good. The monitor was far away from me, so the screen was very small. My eyesight is terrible, so we'll see when I edit this video if it's worthwhile. And even if it's not worthwhile, I'm still going to upload it to the channel. So I hope you guys appreciate my dedication to the craft here. I'm going to go and figure out different ways to use a cup from Universal Studios.